I wasn't gonna do a video tonight, but I just want to do a follow-up from yesterday's video, or was it 2 days ago? Well, my last video anyway, where I was talking about mental health issues. Um, and I have finally been contacted by my friend, and she is fine. Um, she got the help she needed and kind of got her pointed a good direction in life, I guess would be a good way to put it. And let me see if I can shift this a little bit. There we go. So, that's a good thing. I still want to reiterate about mental health issues. It's a serious problem that needs a serious solution. Um, there is a extremely large mental health issue in the United States, and the funding just is not there. So, where a lot of these people want to get help, but the facilities won't do it, especially those that are lower income, surviving on Medicare, Medicaid, stuff like that. If you have good insurance, say Blue Cross or whatever the case may be, yeah, you'll get treatment. But the lower end, your treatment is nowhere near as well. So uh, I really want to touch on that issue, and it's a very near and dear issue to me. Uh, my friend has also decided she wants to take up advocating for mental health issues, which is fantastic. Bless her heart. I love her for doing it. Um, it's a long, hard road, but it's also a subject that's spoke about very little. Most people don't want to acknowledge that there are mental health issues out there. And it's a shame because a large percentage of our population probably has some sort of mental health issues, whether minor, major, whatever, but they're out there. Um, and they need help. Uh, I am also an advocate for mental health issues. I always tell people if you're having a mental breakdown or meltdown or whatever you want to call it and you need help, um, first I would suggest trying to get professional help elsewhere in your area. And literally, if you're at to the point where you believe you are having thoughts of unaliving yourself, simply dial 911. They will come. Um, that is a very serious issue, and it's scary on how many people we lose every day because of that. Um, our society has changed a lot from even the time I grew up. You know, and I feel unfortunately it's changed for the worst. Um, in some ways, I should say. You know, I know my generation or those around my age. I'm in my 50s. Grew up with you know, girls were soft and had to be coddled and stuff like that, and boys, if you got hurt, you rubbed dirt in it and went on. Um, and unfortunately, that didn't bode well for mental health. Um, and it's just, I'm probably part of I'm Gen X. And I grew up in a time where I'll be honest, half the time our parents had no idea where we were at. We were told to go outside and we took off on our bikes and, well, probably did a whole lot of stuff we shouldn't have. But that's not the whole point of this today. Where today all children are very protected, they're coddled, they're overprotected, and they have no sense of self, I guess. You know, they're not allowed to explore as much as they need to. Um, a lot of people would say today's children are soft, which to a point is true. I mean, but society has changed, expectations have changed, stuff like that. And, I don't consider it soft, it's just a different generation. Um, so, but I believe that this coddling, as I refer to it as, um, has actually harmed, the latter generations because you don't get the chance to explore, you don't get the chance to, pardon me, you don't get the chance to express yourself or develop self-esteem, um, you know, and that causes problems. You don't develop your self-worth, and with that, you don't develop a work ethic. Um, my generation, or at least I was anyway, raised on a farm. Started working on a farm when I was 5. As soon as I was old enough to start doing stuff, I was working. Got my first real job at 11. I was manager by 16, and at 18, I joined the military. Um, but that was the work ethic I had. And yes, did I get into a lot of stuff I shouldn't have? Absolutely. I won't deny it. Um, but I was allowed to explore, to learn myself, to interact with my peers. Um, and I learned from each interaction. You learn a little bit. It's just how it is. But we also grew up on okay, there's definitely a split between boys and girls. Girls got all the nice stuff. Girls got coddled more. Girls got told they were pretty, they were princesses, whatever. And the boys were just like, yeah, go play cowboys and Indians or whatever the case. I mean, back then it was real thing, but today totally politically incorrect. But let's be honest, sometimes the countries can be a little too politically correct. Um, I'm the type of person who's street shooting it. I have to filter things um, to maintain his channel. YouTube will nail me to the wall if I use certain language or I use certain phrases. That's why you'll see me try to work around them. That's I'm usually blunt. I'll use the word uh, that YouTube doesn't like, but on YouTube I have to filter that out. Uh, you know, and a lot of children today have mental health issues. There's a lot of shit that's going on today that oh, never happened in my generation. You have these very, very unfortunate. Uh, what's a good way to put this? School situations. We'll put it that way. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid YouTube censors. Um, and that's traumatizing. You know, that's happened in the last 20 or 30 years. And yes, that traumatizes people. You have people today that are now executives or whatever that lived through one of those situations. Um, so uh, I guess what I'm trying to say here is, we need to address this mental health problem head on with everything we can. Uh, because if not, it's going to get totally out of control. And when that happens, we're all in trouble. Um, there are not enough mental health treatment facilities nor the quality of treatment facilities that are needed. Um, a good example is, as far as I know, there are only 3 mental health facilities in a, say, a 20-mile area of me. There may be more. There could be like 5, but, uh, it's to a town I don't go to that often. Um, so but yeah, I mean, Michigan, which is where I'm from, has a fairly decent mental health, treatment record. Um, and I'm not gonna say they're perfect. By no means am I saying they're perfect. They're not. Um, but, I've seen a lot worse. I've heard of a lot worse. Um, you have some of these hospitals, if somebody goes in and they're having, we call it those thoughts, um, where they go in at 72 hours, they're just thrown in there. Yeah, a couple people talk to you that really don't give a shit about you. Um, they try to force you on some medication so it looks good, on paper. As soon as your time's up, they kick you back out the door. And honestly, they don't care. And that is totally unfortunate. My friend recently ran into a doctor that was kind of like that in where she was. Uh, but it kind of pointed her in the right direction anyway. Strange how things work out like that sometimes. Um, and I know there are places that are far worse than that. It's, um, I guess, it's become a pandemic unto itself. Um, so this issue definitely needs to be addressed. You know, I don't know how many people are watching these videos or whatnot. I'll be honest, I don't pay attention to analytics or anything like that. Um, but if you want to help, start getting a hold of your political powers, whether it be on a state level with your governor's office, the House or the Senate on a state level, or do it on a federal level. Get a hold of your federal representatives and tell them that they need to support more mental health and more better quality mental health. They all know this is a problem, whether they will admit it or not. Well, whole nother story there. Um, because let's be honest, treatment is all about what money is, where the money's coming from, and where is it going. I uh, I hate to say it that way, but it's true. I mean, there are some therapists out there that do actually care. I saw one for a couple of years. He was a wonderful man. He cared. He worked with you. He taught you things. You know, he taught me a whole bunch that I still use to this day. Different coping skills. Unfortunately, he had done 33 years in the mental health field. It was time for him to retire. I can't blame him, but honestly, he's probably the best therapist I ever met, and I've met quite a few. Um, it's um, it's definitely something that needs to be worked on. Please get a hold of your representatives or your senators or your governor or your federal level people. Get a hold of them and tell them please support mental health problems. Please support those that need help. The more people we can get out to do that, the better. Go go to your city council meetings, your county boards. Even that level will help because trust me, those city and county level people, that goes up the chain of command, and eventually, yes, the state finds out about it. Your senators and state representatives, and even the governor will hear about it. And if you have enough voices speaking up and says, "Please support this," the political sway will be there. So, I ask people, please do that. Um, it's it's huge. I don't know what other way to put it. Um, I'm just, I've gone through my problems. I know people have gone through theirs, and a very dear friend, like I said, she just went through hers. I'm glad she figured it out, even though she did have some problems in the process, but she got it figured out, and I'm very happy for her. You know, she wants to become an advocate. Bless her. I wish her only the best. The more people we have working on this together, the better we can get. So, um, I'm not sure if um, let's get to it. If people are going to watch this. I know my channel can be a bit boring, and um, this is just an issue I want to touch on because it's so very near and dear to me. We may be doing some crazier videos soon. I want people to throw out the wildest ideas they can think of to talk about, and that's kind of what this whole channel is about. Free thought. Um, and that's just kind of what I'm doing. This is how I shoot my videos. I'm free thought. I have nothing in front of me. I have no notes. I have no tablet, no nothing in front of me. It's all just coming as that flows through my head. And I honestly believe that that's what makes our channel special. I don't own this channel. I'm just a moderator. That's it. Plain and simple. You know, I'm not the owner of it. You guys are. Seriously. If it's not for you, I don't have a channel, or we don't have a channel. Um, am I going to continue to make videos? Absolutely. Whatever happens to pop up on my mind, I'll make a video of. If somebody wants to suggest a video subject, please suggest a video subject. I would love to talk about it. I don't want to be the only person coming up with ideas because my ideas may not match others out there. Um, so uh, please, I know this is kind of a weird channel. And here's the thing with this channel. I guess a good way of putting it, I want open, respectable dialogue. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me. Either way, fine. As long as you're willing to be respectable and talk about it. You're a Republican, I'm a Democrat. I mean, personally, I'm an independent. But anyway, um, you know, if you want to disagree with me, that's 100% fine. As long as the comment is respectful and you say, I don't believe what you're saying is right. I believe XYZ. Okay, I'm going to leave your comment down there. I don't know many other uh, creators that want says, okay, disagree with me, put it in the comments, and are willing to leave it there. As long as it's respectful, I have no problem. Um, I have my views on politics. I have my views on the universe or multiverse. I have my views on religion. Um, but they're only my views. And like I said, everything I do on this channel is my views, my opinion. And I've always stated, and I usually try to say at the beginning of the video, I kind of missed it this time, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not anything like that. So I always tell people if you're going to start something or you want to do something, check with your doctor or legal representative, depending on what it is. Don't don't follow me. Don't follow what I say. Check first. Um, so you know, I'm actually a creator that says, okay, fine, disagree with me or agree with me or somewhere in between. I don't care. Are you willing to discuss it openly and calmly? Okay, let's go. I'm still working on, um, possibly having, people join me via video. I'm still working on that. I'll be honest, I'm working on an older laptop. I'm not sure if it could handle it. I gotta do some checking into the specs. Um, I would love to be able to do a split screen with somebody, talking heads, me and him debating whatever subject it is. From aliens to zebras, I don't care. There's probably a lot of subjects out there I don't know about, and there's a lot of subjects I do know about, and I also have my views. Are my views right? I don't know. I don't know. Are your views right? I don't know. And that's the thing. Do we really know? What's your view on death? Is it you're dirt, it's black, you're done? Do you believe you're gonna go to a heaven of some sort? Do you believe you're gonna go to nirvana? Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you believe in becoming a part of the spiritual realm? I always say people's beliefs are interesting because each person is individual. You take 5 people and they all belong to the same, same church, I guess, and you'll get 5 different views on what that means, which is fine. I know my beliefs are different from a lot of people. So, am I right or wrong? Don't know. I'm never gonna say I'm 100% I know I'm right, because there's always a chance I could be wrong. I could be mistaken. Okay? If you can show me this is where you were wrong, oh, thank you. But with our channel here, that's kinda what I want. I will be doing live streams, here and there. I will try to put them up early as I can. I'm still kinda working on the system right now on how to do it, but I'll figure it out eventually. Um, I'm hoping at some point to upgrade my computer, to be able to handle it or get a new computer, or whatever the case may be. That way I can handle more advanced features. Um, it's been, well, I think this computer I'm working on is actually about 10 years old. It's not top of the line. It's not. I'm not a big channel. I'm not monetized. Don't want to be, or if I'll never get that many views anyway. I don't make money off YouTube. I'm not sponsored in any way by anybody. It's just me, a talking head. That's what I call myself. But I'm also call myself a thinking talking head. I want people to think, to open up their minds, to say there could be other possibilities. Whether there are or not, I don't know. And that's kind of the whole thing about this channel. Do you believe in aliens? Yes, no, maybe, could be, possibly. Do you think you become a spirit? Do you become energy? Do you go to heaven? Do you think you're going to go out on the road and get your toes ran over by a bus? Again, I will cover pretty much any subject on this channel. There's 2 things I don't cover: violence. I will never cover violence, never promote violence on this channel, or anything illegal. Other than that, the field's open. Um, there are a lot of things I would like to do, and eventually I'll do videos on them. lately I've been kind of busy. I've been trying to get 20 different things done at once, which is my problem. So, I'm really not pushing the channel really that hard. I'm just kind of letting it float out there, see what happens. I really would like to develop some good, steady followers that are willing to say, okay, let's talk about whatever. Okay, let's talk about it. Um, like I said, I will be doing live streams. No guarantee on when I'm going to be doing them. Like I said, I'm still learning that whole process. Um, but you know, as always, I don't care who you are, race, religion, creed, whatever. I don't care. And there's probably not many people that can say that and mean it. I honestly don't care. If you want to have a discussion, I don't care if you're a green alien with pink and purple polka dots. As long as you keep it civil, let's talk about it. So, as always, I always wish my audience the best. Um, now that I've have a friend that's dealing with these issues, it's kind of brought it back to the forefront of mental health, and that's how I'm going to end this video. Um, if you're having problems, seek help. And if you want to support the cause, get a hold of your politicians, state, city, county, state, federal levels. Send them an email. Um, I believe most, if not all, politicians have an email that you can contact them at. Emails are free. It's easy. Tap at a tap, a little 2 paragraph asking them to support mental health issues. Your one note that you send them will represent a particular number, say 10,000 people. Um, so please help. And if you know somebody that's struggling a little bit that has mental health issues, sometimes the simplest thing you can do and the best thing you can do, sit down and listen. Growing up, I learned you have two ears and one mouth, which means you should listen twice as much as you talk. Um, so if you have somebody out there that is struggling, sometimes just sitting down and letting them talk about it can be a huge help. You may not notice it right away. You may never notice what difference you made, but I can almost guarantee you, if you sit down and listen to somebody like that, you have made a difference. So anyway, I'm going to close this video out. I don't want it to get too long, but I wish everyone well. And stay strong out there. Please contact your local politicians, all your politicians, and get them to support mental health issues. And stay strong, people. Depending on where you're at, where I'm at, it's feels like temperature of about 15 below 0 Fahrenheit right now, so it's a little chilly outside. Um, so I've been hanging around indoors, which is kind of why I wanted to shoot this video. Um, but anyway, best wishes to everyone, and stay strong. That's all I can say. Stay strong, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Have a good day, everyone.